It's 7 a.m. on a Tuesday in Columbus. Sarah should be at her desk in Dublin. Instead, she's on her third call to her mom in Hilliard, making sure she took her blood pressure medication. Again. Her mom's fine. She's always fine. But Sarah isn't. She's exhausted, anxious, and missing work, and she has no idea there's a better way. If you're a family in Franklin County worried about keeping your aging parents safe at home while keeping your own sanity intact, this video is for you. I'm here to talk about something most Columbus families avoid until it's a crisis: planning for aging at home. And we're going to explore what actually works, not what TV commercials tell you works. My name is Lexi, and I work with Compassionate Caregivers, Central Ohio's only clinician-owned, ACHC-accredited, non-medical home care agency serving Franklin County seniors. But here's what matters. This video isn't a sales pitch. It's a guide to help you understand your real options and avoid the mistakes that send Columbus families into panic mode. Let's start with what's actually happening in Franklin County right now. We have an aging population. Our parents and grandparents, the ones who built this community, are living longer. That's wonderful, but it's creating a crisis nobody's talking about. Here's the reality. Falls. 1 in 4 seniors over 65 fall every year. In Columbus, many of those falls happen at home, unsupervised. A fall means an ER visit. An ER visit means possible hospitalization. Hospitalization accelerates decline. You see where this goes. Medication confusion. Your parent has 5 prescriptions. They're supposed to take 3 in the morning, 1 at lunch, 1 at night. But they forget, or they take the wrong dose, or they think they already took them. Now there's a medication interaction, or they're not getting the treatment they need. Isolation. Your mom lives alone in Grove City. Her friends have moved or passed. She spends most days watching TV. Her world gets smaller. Depression sets in. Cognitive decline accelerates. Caregiver burnout. You're a daughter in Worthington with 2 kids, a full-time job, and now you're doing your mom's grocery shopping, cleaning her house, and managing her doctor appointments. You're spread too thin. Your marriage suffers. Your kids don't get what they need from you. Distance and traffic. Columbus sprawl means your parent is 20, 30, 45 minutes away. When there's a crisis, you can't just drop everything and be there in 5 minutes. Nursing homes start sounding appealing, not because they're good, but because they feel like the only option. These aren't hypotheticals. These are the scenarios we see every week with Columbus families, especially here in Franklin County, where the cost of living is rising and family care is becoming impossible to juggle. Let me tell you what happens when families don't get the right support. A few months ago, we worked with a family in Columbus. Their dad was 79, living alone after his wife passed. His daughter lived in New Albany and worried constantly. He was independent. He didn't want help, so they let it go. One afternoon, he forgot to turn off the stove. A neighbor smelled gas and called 911. He was fine, but the incident shook everyone. Then came the falls. First time, just bruised. Second time, fractured wrist. Third time, he was found on the floor hours later. Hypothermia, ER, hospital stay, physical therapy. Somewhere in that sequence, he lost his independence. He went from, "I don't need help," to, "I can't live alone anymore." His daughter felt guilty. He felt like he'd failed. And suddenly, they were looking at nursing home options they never wanted. But here's the thing. If consistent, professional in-home support had been there from the beginning, someone to check on him, help with medications, encourage movement, be present, that cascade probably doesn't happen. This is the pattern we see. Small gaps in support turn into big problems. Big problems turn into unnecessary institutionalization. Now, contrast that with what happens when families get the right kind of help.
There is a better way. And it starts with understanding what aging at home actually means. It doesn't mean your parent is completely independent forever. That's not realistic. It means your parent stays in the home they love, with the independence and dignity they value, while getting professional support for the things they can't do safely alone. It's not about moving to a facility. It's about bringing the right help to them. And the care model that makes this work is non-medical home care. Professional caregivers who are trained, background checked, and supervised by clinicians. Before we talk about who does this right and who doesn't, let's talk about the types of care out there and what actually matters. Here's what most non-medical home care agencies don't tell you. They hire caregivers. Those caregivers show up. They do basic tasks. But nobody is clinically thinking about what your parent actually needs. Not at Compassionate Caregivers. We're clinician-owned. That means the people designing care plans aren't just business operators. They're registered nurses and healthcare professionals with years of experience in senior care. When we take on a new client, a clinician does an in-depth assessment. We're not just checking boxes. We're understanding their medical history, their medications, their risk factors, their goals. Then we write a real care plan, detailed, overseen by an RN. That plan covers not just help with laundry, but medication cues at specific times, fall risk prevention, cognitive engagement, coordination with their doctor. And that plan is supervised by a clinician. If something changes with your parent, our caregivers report back. They don't just make decisions on the fly. There's professional oversight. This changes everything. Your parent isn't just getting a helper. They're getting professional care that happens to be delivered at home. Now, how do you know we actually do what we say we do? We're ACHC accredited. That's the Accreditation Commission for Healthcare, the gold standard for home care agencies. ACHC accreditation isn't automatic. It requires detailed policies and procedures, background checks beyond state requirements, regular quality audits, client and family feedback systems, and proof that we're delivering the care we promise. In Central Ohio, we're the only non-medical home care agency with ACHC accreditation. That's a choice we made to say, we're serious about quality, and we want families to have proof. What does that mean for you? It means when you hire compassionate caregivers, there's accountability. If something goes wrong, there's a process. If you have concerns, there are people to talk to. You're not rolling dice with a fly-by-night operation. But even a great system only works if you have great people. That's why our caregiver selection is obsessive. Every caregiver we hire goes through checker background screening. That's the same service used by major healthcare systems. We're looking at criminal history, sex offender registries, everything. Reference checks. We actually call their past employers. Skills assessment. Can they do the job? Values alignment. Do they understand what it means to care for someone's dignity and independence? And we insure them through reputable carriers. That's not just protecting us, it's protecting your parent. If something happens, there's insurance backing the care. We also have COVID-19 screening and ongoing training requirements. Caregivers aren't static, they keep learning. Here's what we don't do. We don't hire the first person who applies. We don't cut corners. We don't treat caregivers as interchangeable. Your parent's caregiver is matched to them specifically, and if it's not working, we'll find someone else. Here's something that frustrates families about bigger home care agencies. Minimum hours. 4-hour minimums, 8-hour minimums,
24-hour live-in requirements. That locks families into expensive commitments, and it doesn't match reality. Your parent might only need help with bathing twice a week and medication management. That's 5 hours a week, not 5 hours a day. At Compassionate Caregivers, there's no minimum. You need 1 hour a week? We can do that. 2 hours? Great. 24-hour care? We can do that too. This matters because it lets you test care. You're not locked into a contract hoping it works out. You start small. See if it's the right fit. Scale up if you need to. This is huge for families in Columbus who are skeptical about outside help. You can start without the financial pressure or commitment anxiety.
Let me put some faces to this. Margaret, 81-year-old widow in Columbus, lives alone. Her daughter was calling 3 times a day, paranoid about falls. Margaret felt smothered. Both of them were stressed. We brought in a caregiver for 2 hours, 3 times a week. The caregiver helped with bathing and laundry, but more than that, she was present, someone to talk to. Margaret's daughter went from 3 calls a day to 1 check-in. Margaret felt independent again. The caregiver became part of her routine, part of her week. 6 months later, Margaret's daughter told us, "I got my mom back, and I got my life back." Robert, 74, lives in Worthington with his wife, had a stroke. He was determined to recover, but needed help relearning tasks. Our caregivers worked with him on mobility, exercises, independence. His wife said the key was knowing that our caregivers weren't there to do things for him. They were there to help him do things himself. That's the difference between custodial care and dignity-centered care. Patricia and her caregiver, James. Patricia is 88, dementia diagnosis. Her family was at a crossroads, facility versus home care. James has been with her 3 days a week for 2 years. He knows her routine, her personality, what calms her. They've built a relationship. Patricia is safe, engaged, and still in her home. Patricia's son said, "James doesn't just take care of my mom. He cares for her. She looks forward to his visits." These aren't exceptional stories. They're what good care looks like. Here's what I want you to do, whether you hire us or not. Before you choose an agency, ask these questions. 1. Are they accredited? Not state licensed, that's the minimum. Are they accredited by a third party? ACHC, AAHC, CARF. That matters. 2. Who's overseeing care? Ask directly. Is a clinician, an RN or care manager, directly involved in developing and supervising my parents' care plan? If the answer is fuzzy, walk away. 3. What's their caregiver screening process? The answer should be detailed and thorough. Checker screening, references, training requirements. If they seem vague, that's a red flag. 4. Are there minimum hours? You want flexibility. You want the ability to start small and scale. If they're pushing you into a 20-hour-a-week minimum, that's about their revenue, not your parents' needs. 5. What's the backup plan? What happens if your regular caregiver gets sick? Do they have someone trained on your parents' needs, or are you suddenly without care? Good agencies have bench strength. 6. What's their rate and what's included? Get it in writing. Are there hidden fees? Is there a cancellation policy? Is mileage included? Compassionate Caregivers checks all these boxes, but the point is, you have leverage. You're shopping. Don't just pick the first agency that answers the phone. Here's the bottom line. You don't have to choose between your parents' independence and their safety. You don't have to burn yourself out as a caregiver. You don't have to surrender to a nursing home before it's time. Aging at home in Columbus, doing it right, is possible. If you're in Franklin County and you're ready to explore what professional in-home care looks like, Compassionate Caregivers offers a free
no obligation consultation. A clinician will talk to you about your parents' specific situation and what care might look like. Visit compassionatecaregivershc.com or call on 614-710-0078. We serve Columbus, Dublin, Hilliard, Westerville, Grove City, and throughout Franklin County. If you found this helpful, please like and subscribe. Share it with someone in Columbus who might need it. And leave a comment if you have questions. I read them all. Thank you for watching. Aging well starts at home.